Hey, Larks! So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! Join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks!
The Larks were able to get a close win last night, and tonight they return to league play for the second of this three-game series against the Liberal BJs. Welcome into the pregame show, everybody. My name is Hank Corsair here at Larks Park, and looking back at last night's game, Liberal jumped out to an early lead of 1-0, and their pitcher got off to a very hot start. Joshua Mosley was perfect through the first 5 innings, but in that 6th inning, Cade Green led things off and got a solo home run, and 2 more runs would follow after them. Both of them were driven home through RBI doubles from Cooper Holtorf and Hutch Russell. And the Larks would later go on to win last night's game by a final score of 3-2. Max Hendricks got the save, and Ty Schmeiler got the win for the Larks. And they were able to get a close win, something that Liberal has struggled with this year. They have now had 5 games this year decided by 1 run. They have only won 1 of those. And tonight, both teams are playing in a league game, and it's very critical for both teams that they get the win. The Larks are 4 games ahead of Liberal, and their magic number right now is 5. That could drop to 3 with a win tonight, so we'll see how things go in this one. First pitch is coming up next, and tonight's game is scheduled to start in 12 minutes, and we'll have it here on the Larks Network. We are set to go for game number 2 of this series between the Larks and the BJs. And this is the first game between the two teams that is in RMBL play. They will have another one tomorrow and then 2 more later on in Liberal. Trent Baker takes the mound for the Larks tonight. This is his 10th career start and 29th career appearance. And the first batter he faces is number 12, Ben Finnegan, the freshman from Trabuco Canyon, California. And right down Broadway, there's strike one. And first pitch of tonight's game is at 7:05 p.m. It is 91 degrees at first pitch, not a cloud in the sky. And there's 13-mile-per-hour winds coming out of the southeast, making it feel like 93 degrees out. Here's the 0-1 from Baker. He goes inside that time, finds the strike zone again, and Finnegan falls behind 0-2. Here's the rest of Liberal's orders. Number 6, Cooper Cardocus bats second. Third in the order is number 7, Cole Manuel, who's also the DH tonight. Number 44, Noah Giovanelli bats fourth. Fifth in the order is number 19, Cal Anthony. Sixth is the catcher, Cade Adams. Batting seventh is Trenton Uieda. Drew Gartman is batting eighth, and number 23, Josiah Rojas, rounds out the rest of the order. Finnegan just fouled the next pitch back. He stays alive, 0-2. Finnegan was a courtesy runner in yesterday's game for the catcher, Cole Manuel, who is the DH tonight. There is a ball moving the count to 1-2. Finnegan leads the team with 14 walks and has also scored 12 runs in his last 6 games. Here's the pitch. And this one's a fly ball into center field. Flowers just has to make a slow trip to go get it. And he makes the catch for out number 1. With that first out recorded, it brings up number 6, Cooper Cardocus, the third baseman. He bats second in the order for back-to-back games. And here's the Larks' defensive alignment tonight. Braden Hebner's back in left field. Max Flowers is in center. And in right field is number 7, Sean Keenan. The catcher is number 32, Brand Wilson. That one goes inside, and the count is 1-0. Dylan LaRue moves back over to first base. Cade Green is next to him at second. Tabor Stokes is over at shortstop, and the third baseman is Hutch Russell. Here's the 1-0 from Baker, and that one's fouled out of play going over the light poles. It's now 1-1. Yesterday, Kardokis was 0 for 4, reached on an error. Now Baker delivers the pitch, and that one's popped up in a similar spot, and it goes out of play. It's now 1-2. The umpires for tonight's game feature R.J. McCoy behind home plate, and the umpire in the field is Doug Clark. Baker kicks and deals with one out, and right back up the middle, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Baker saw the ball, put his glove in the right spot, and sends Kardokis back to the dugout. And now he faces number 7, Cole Manuel. Manuel's a junior from Arkansas State, originally from Clinton, Mississippi. Baker is trying to look for a 3-up, 3-down inning. Started with a flyout against Ben Finnegan, and he caught that line drive just a moment ago from Cooper Kardokis. He falls behind 1-0 against Manuel. He had 2 of Liberal's 7 hits yesterday. Both of those were singles, and he also drove home a run with a sacrifice fly. On the 1-0, he sends this one into right field. Going back for it is Keenan, and he tracks it down and gets it for out number 3. Trent Baker goes 3-up, 3-down against the BJs, and now it's time for the Larks to go to work with their bats. Max Flowers leads things off when we come back. Taking the mound for Liberal tonight is number 21, Andrew Banda, making his 5th start of the season. He's been one of their more reliable starters. He faces number 5, Max Flowers. Just like Liberal, the Larks are starting with their courtesy runner from last night's game. Flowers was there for Dylan Hazelhorse, and he scored 1 of the 3 runs in the 6th inning. Banda's first pitch is on its way. It's a half-hearted swing there from Flowers, and R.J. McCoy will say he went around. That is strike 1. Here's the Larks order after Max Flowers. It's number 3, Rainer Bean in the DH spot tonight. Number 15, Hutch Russell bats 3rd. After that, Dylan LaRue is 4th. Sean Keenan's batting 5th. Braden Hebner's new to the lineup tonight. He is 6th. The catcher, Brand Wilson, bats 7th in the order. Cade Green is 8th, and number 6, Tabor Stokes, rounds out the rest of the order. Count moves to 0-2 on that swing and a miss there for Flowers. Returns to the lineup tonight with a .383 average in his 17 games this season. Banda deals the 0-2, and Flowers pops that one out of play. This is Banda's fifth start with the BJs. He's recorded 24 strikeouts and has an ERA of 1.34. He delivers the next pitch, and Flowers hits a ground ball that rolls foul. For Andrew Banda, like I said, he's been one of the more reliable starters. He's gotten at least 6 strikeouts in his last 3 appearances. That includes a 9 strikeout performance on June 25th against the Fort Collins Foxes. And Flowers goes back to the dugout to get a new bat. I think he broke it on that foul ball. So he makes his way back to home plate to face Andrew Banda. The count is still 0-2 with no outs on the first batter. Take this opportunity to take a look at Liberals' defensive alignment. In the outfield is Josiah Rojas. In left field, the center fielder is Ben Finnegan, and the right fielder is Cal Anthony. Catching for Andrew Banda tonight is number 38, Cade Adams. And here comes the 0-2. That one misses on the high outside corner for ball 1. And here's Liberals infield. Over at first base is number 44, Noah Giovanelli. At the opposite corner is number 6, Cooper Cardocas. The shortstop is number 2, Drew Gartman. And at second base is number 29, Trenton Uyeda. Flowers takes a swing on the 1-2. This one's popped up on the left side of the infield, and in foul territory, the catch is made by Cardocas. That'll now bring up number 3, Rainer Bean, the DH tonight. Yesterday against the BJs, he made his second appearance as a pitcher. He'll be followed by Hutch Russell and Dylan LaRue. Banda goes full windup. Here's the pitch. And that one drops low for ball 1. Banda's a junior for Liberal from St. Louis. Is currently in the transfer portal. He had 3 seasons played at Cypress College, which included a 3-1 record in 2025. Transferred to St. Louis after that and was only there for the fall semester, so he is in the portal again. And this is this summer is his first dose of collegiate baseball experience in 2026. Now on the 2-0, Bean sends it foul, and it ties the count up. Rainer Bean pitched 1 1/3 inning last night. That included 1 strikeout and only 4 batters faced. That one missed the zone. Bean is ahead 3-1. Trying to get the walk or the hit. He's got 18 walks and 25 hits coming into tonight's game. But Andrew Banda does a good job at limiting that. His whip is .830 in tonight's game. Bean fouls that one back into the net, and it's now a full count. Larks bat boy will go and retrieve that foul ball. And the left-hander from Valiant, Oklahoma awaits the pitch. And here it comes. That's a foul ball. Landing behind the concession stand. Bean now awaits the 7th pitch from Andrew Banda. Banda has struck out 24 batters and has only walked 2. Here's pitch number 7 to Bean. And this one's popped up. We'll see if it stays in play. Cardocas and Adams both run after it. And that one lands next to the concession stand again. Bean doing a good job fighting back against Banda. That's 2 foul balls now since being dealt 2 strikes. And the count is full still. Banda delivers, and it's a swing and a miss. He wins the battle in the end and gets his 25th strikeout of the season. And there's now 2 away here in the bottom of the first inning. Now up for the Larks is number 15, Hutch Russell. He made his return to the lineup tonight in a big way with an RBI double that scored one of the 3 runs last night. His hit brought home Cooper Holtorf, who also had an RBI double, bringing home Max Flowers. That game against Liberal last night was Russell's first game in 2 weeks. He has dealt a ball there from Andrew Banda. The Larks were able to go 3 up, 3 down against the BJs in the first inning. But now Liberal's trying to return the favor, and the Larks are going to make sure that does not happen. Hutch Russell drops that one over the head of the first baseman, and he's going to take off for second base. Anthony didn't pick it up right away. And there's a hit for Hutch Russell. They're going to list that one as a single along with an error because Russell went to second base once he realized Anthony was going to start a throwing motion to get it back into the infield, and the ball wasn't even in his glove. So now up is Dylan LaRue with Hutch Russell over at second base. LaRue is one of just 4 players that was in the lineup last night. Here's the pitch. And that one goes inside for ball 1. This is LaRue's 14th game, 40 of the season, 46th of his career. Bandit gets his pitch from Adams. Here comes the 1-0, and that one's going to be a foul ball. Count is even back up with 1 ball and 1 strike. LaRue comes into tonight's game with 14 hits in his 13 games. Overall, he has a .318 average. The pitch is on its way, and it curves in, but is a little bit too far out. It is a tied count to the senior from Cumberland. LaRue takes a half-hearted practice swing. Now waves the orange bat above his head. Here's the pitch to untie the count. And LaRue rips this one into right field, and this one's going to go all the way to the wall. It takes a bounce right off the number 319, and that scores Hutch Russell from second base. LaRue gets the RBI double, and the Larks strike first in the second game of this series. It is a big hit right there, 2 outs, and the Larks respond with two hits. Now they bring up number 7, Sean Keenan, playing in right field tonight. Moving over from one spot. He was in center field last night. Keenan awaits the pitch now from Andrew Banda. That was just the 4th run that he's given up this season, but it won't go down as an earned run because of the error that sent Hutch Russell over to second base. The count is 1-0 to Sean Keenan. Last night Keenan went 0 for 3. It was just the 3rd game this season of the 19 that he's appeared in that he didn't get a hit. Either way, he still leads the team in that category at 31. And he fouls that one back. And it lands into the street next to us. 1 ball and 1 strike to the freshman from Murray State Community College. Braden Hebner is on deck. Brand Wilson is in the hole. Those two are new to the lineup tonight. There are also 2 of the 3 Larks tonight that did not appear at all in last night's game. The Larks have 5 guys in their lineup tonight that weren't in it last night, along with Max Flowers and Rainer Bean, who made an appearance in a different spot. Hard ground ball over to Uieda, and he throws it over to his teammate Giovanelli at first base, and that ends the inning. But the Larks strike first. Hutch Russell got on through a single and then an error on the same play, and Dylan LaRue brings him home on the RBI double. 1-0 is the score as we go to the top of the second inning. The Larks take the first lead of the night, getting 1 run off of 2 hits. And now they go back to work on the defensive side. Facing the middle part of Liberal's order is Noah Giovanelli leading things off with a 1-0 count against Trent Baker. They'll be followed by Cal Anthony and then Cade Adams. Giovanelli gets ahead now with 2 balls. He's playing at first base tonight. He is a freshman from Point Loma Nazarene in California. Going inside on that one, it makes the count 3-0. This is Giovanelli's 10th game with Liberal. He played in 5 games this season with the Sea Lions of Point Loma Nazarene. And he's going to get a 4-pitch walk. So now up is number 19, Cal Anthony, the right fielder for Liberal. The team leader in batting average at .467. He went 0 for 3 last night, but did get on twice. Was hit by a pitch and reached on error. And he did score a run as well, fouling out the first pitch. He falls behind with a strike. He's now at 7 games in a row with at least 1 run scored. But he did see his 6-game hit streak come to an end last night. Baker comes set, gives a nod to Brand Wilson, and this one's popped up into the infield. Hutch Russell's calling for it. Standing next to the foul line, he comes back over a little bit, and he's got the catch for out number 1. Now up is another new face in the lineup tonight. It's number 38, Cade Adams, playing catcher for the BJs. He is a freshman from Southern Miss, a team that was one of the 16 host sites for the NCAA baseball tournament. And the first pitch to Adams is fouled over the net, and it's 0-1. Adams was a redshirt with the Golden Eagles this season. He's originally from Pearland, Texas. Watches the next one go by, and it's now 1-1. He's played in 15 games for Liberal this season, as a .471 on base percentage, and his OPS is .922. Here comes the 1-1, and that one's left inside by the knees of Adams, and it ties the count up. The runner over at first base is Noah Giovanelli. He walked on 4 straight balls. And Trent Baker's next pitch is a curveball, and it gets in the zone for strike 2. In the first inning, all the outs that the Larks got were on flyouts against Ben Finnegan, Cooper Cardocas, and Cole Manuel. Here comes the 2-2, and it's a swing and a miss, and Trent Baker has his first K of the night. With 2 outs and a runner over at first base, Liberal now sends up number 29, Trenton Uyeda, the second baseman out of Point Loma Nazarene. Baker comes set and deals the pitch. And that's right down Broadway on the fastball. The count is 0-1. Uyeda's gotten a hit in 14 of his 16 games. That also includes an 11-game streak that he had from June 14th all the way to July 1st. Now Baker goes to his slider, and that one's in the zone on the corner. It's now 2 strikes to the freshman from Poway, California. Baker just needs 1 more strike to end the inning. He gives a nod, deals the pitch, and he gets us another strikeout. It's a swing and a miss on an 0-2 count to Trenton Uyeda. So Liberal will leave 1 runner stranded with 3 outs following after his walk. And the Larks will have 6, 7, 8 up next in their order. Leading off the inning for the Larks is number 20, Braden Hebner, the left fielder from Ball State, still facing the junior Andrew Banda. Here comes the first pitch of the inning, and that's left outside for a ball. In that first inning, the Larks had 5 batters up to the plate. They scored 1 run off of 2 hits, and Liberal committed 1 error. The only runner left stranded was Dylan LaRue, and this one's a line drive going foul right by the Larks' third base coach, Ben Tinius. Hebner's count is now 1-1. He'll be followed by Brand Wilson and Cade Green. Hebner waiting as one of the Larks players who is setting out tonight goes to retrieve that foul ball. It rolled all the way to the left field foul pole. Here's the 1-1. And this one's going to be popped up. Calling for it is the shortstop Gartman. But making the catch in the end is the second baseman Trenton Uyeda. And there's out number 1. So now here's number 32, Brand Wilson. And our Larks celebrity ticket sellers are going to walk by in just a second. This is Wilson's 11th game of the season. And here's the pitch. A ground ball rolls over to Gartman, and on the run he throws it to first base and gets out number 2. It's now 2 innings in a row for Liberal. They started with 2 outs, so we'll see if the Larks can get another 2-out rally going. They bring up number 12, Cade Green. He got things started last night with the solo home run as the leadoff batter in the 6th inning. The Larks had 3 runs that inning to give them a 3-1 lead. They would only give up 1 more run for the remainder of that game, and they got the win, which was their 4th time getting a 1-run victory this season. And Green's going to head over to first base. He was hit on the pitch. Now here up is number 6, Tabor Stokes. Larks will go back to the top of their order after this at bat. Here's the pitch to Stokes, and it goes low for ball 1. Stokes just played his junior season at Ball State. It was in the transfer portal, but I got a text earlier today from Larks head coach Frank Leo that Stokes has found his new home. He's staying at the Division I level, and he hits this one over to the shortstop, and making a jumping catch is Drew Gartman. What I was saying was that Tabor Stokes has found his new home in the Southland Conference. He'll be playing for Incarnate Word next season. But that's the end of the inning right there. With 1 runner stranded, the Larks still lead it 1-0. Welcome back to Larks Park for the top of the 3rd inning. Hank Corsair with you for the 2nd game of this 3-game series. Trent Baker returns to the mound to face 8-9-1 for the BJs. He got 2 strikeouts in the last inning and now faces number 2, Drew Gartman. And the first pitch of the inning is a pop-up. Cade Green runs after it, and this is a long run for him. But calling for it now is Sean Keenan. He makes the catch for the first out. That was a very long run for Green. He ran pretty far back into the grass to try to make the catch, but it was a shorter trip for Sean Keenan to get the out. Up now is number 23, Josiah Rojas. The Cisco College commit from the Colony, Texas. Baker deals the pitch, and this one's a shallow fly ball. And it's going to drop over the head of Tabor Stokes for Liberal's first hit of the game. So the BJs go to the top of their order after their first hit of the game. It is number 12, Ben Finnegan, up to bat. Finnegan flew out to center field in the first inning on a 1-2 count. Baker gives a nod to Brand Wilson, then a second one, and the pitch is a strike. It's 0-1 with one out. Baker throws back to first. And Josiah Rojas slides back in time. Finnegan comes in tonight's game with a .364 average. He's one of 11 Liberal players with an average above 300. Now he'll have an even count, as they'll call that one too low. Rojas continues to take a lead at first. LaRue is covering the bag. LaRue played second base last night. First base is where he traditionally plays. The foul ball makes the count 1-2, but LaRue also has some experience as a catcher. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe he's played in the outfield as well. Finnegan goes back into the box. The count is 1-2. The final 2 outs of the second inning were from Baker on swinging strikeouts. And on the pitch, he gets another one. It's a swing and a miss on the 1-2 count for out number 2. Liberals trying to keep the inning alive. Here's number 6, Cooper Kardokis, the third baseman from Edmond, Oklahoma. Kardokis had a line drive in the first inning that was caught by Trent Baker. He gets ahead on the first pitch at 1-0. Yesterday, Kardokis was 0 for 4. His only time getting on the base path was from an error. And on the 1-0, he'll show bunt, but he pulled it back just in time, and the count is 2-0. Wilson puts his glove down low. Here's the pitch. And that one misses outside for ball 3. So far tonight, Baker has 3 strikeouts and 1 walk. That was against Noah Giovanelli, who is in the hole. And that was on 4 straight balls. Here comes the 3-0. And that one's right down the middle for a strike. Baker trying to fight back to keep that runner stranded. This season, Baker has a 3-0 record. And this one's hit over to Tabor Stokes, and on the fielder's choice, he will jog over to second base and tag it for out number 3. The Larks still lead at 1-0, despite Liberal getting their first hit of the game. Josiah Rojas is left stranded, or he gets out on the fielder's choice play after Cooper Kardokis rounded over to Stokes. Bottom of the third is up next, and the Larks are back to the top of their order when we come back. It's time for the bottom of the third inning. The Larks are still ahead of the BJs 1-0, and Andrew Banda returns to the mound. He's facing the top of the order for the second time tonight. It's Max Flowers, then Rainer Bean and Hutch Russell. Here's the first pitch of the inning, and it curves but too far outside. It is ball one. Flowers had a pop out in the first inning on a 1-2 count. It was a 6-pitch at bat, and then after that, Rainer Bean came up. His was 8 pitches long. Now that one drops into the zone, and it's 1-1. Banda's done a good job so far, despite Liberal having to play from behind. He's only given up 2 hits along with that 1 run, and he has 1 strikeout. With 1 ball and 1 strike, that one missed in the opposite batter's box. It's now 2-1 to Flowers. Scored a run last night as a courtesy runner. Flowers has scored in 13 of the 17 games he's been in. And now here's the pitch to untie the count. And he leaves that one low and inside, but it finds the zone. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's been a very close game so far in a game that is pretty much must win for both teams. Larks are getting closer to that RMBL title. Their record is 14-2 in league play. Liberals is 11-6. Flowers stays alive on the foul ball. Liberal also has the 3rd best overall record in the league at 14-8-1, along with a tie against Dodge City. The 2nd best overall record in the league belongs to Fort Collins at 17-9, but they are 4th place in the RMBL standings at 6-6. And on the 2-2, this is a line drive into right field, and it stays fair. It goes all the way into the corner. Flowers takes off for second base. Anthony picks it up and throws it in, and Flowers will stay put at second. That's the 2nd double of the game for the Larks, and they have a runner in scoring position with no outs. Flowers will take off some of his batting equipment and hand it over to the third base coach, Ben Tinius. And now up is Rainer Bean. Tonight's first base coach is Brady Kreitzer. This is who the Larks usually go with as their base coaches for home games. On the road, it kind of just depends on who's able to make the trip. But Ben Tinius will be at third usually. Other times you'll see Frank Leo over at third. And then over at first base, it alternates between Keith Harper and then one of the players who is setting out for the game. 1 ball and no strikes to Rainer Bean, the DH for tonight's game. He was the first batter that Banda struck out on a full count, which was an 8-pitch long at bat. Bean hits a ground ball over to the third baseman, Kardokis, and the throw to first is in time for out number 1. Max Flowers stays put at second base, and now up is Hutch Russell. Russell is tonight's 8th Street Liquor beverage batter. Recorded a single and then advanced to second on an error in the first inning. And then he was brought home by Dylan LaRue, who's on deck. Hutch Russell is ready for the pitch. And now Banda steps off the mound and pump fakes the throw back to second base. Gartman was not covering the bag, so he keeps Flowers on. Last night, Russell had 1 of 3 hits as well as 1 of 3 RBIs, and he fouls that one back for strike 1. It was a big moment for him. Last night's game was his first game in 2 weeks. And his family was also in attendance for the game, which included his brother, Houston Russell, who was a part of the Larks 2024 championship team. Now he's looking for his second hit of the game. Here's the 0-1 from Banda. And it's a line drive, and it will stay fair down the third base foul line. Flowers will jog into home plate, and Russell gets to second base again. He's got a single and a double tonight, and the Larks extend their lead to 2-0. And now they go to the 4-hole batter, number 26, Dylan LaRue. Hutch Russell's giving the Larks fans some more discounted drinks this night, 8th Street Liquor Beverage batter. So LaRue will bat now with 1 out. See if LaRue can bring Russell home again. On the first pitch, he takes a big swing and misses. That's strike 1. If LaRue can put it into left field, he'd have a good chance of dropping it down for a hit. The center fielder for the BJs, Ben Finnegan, is more shifted over towards right field. But now they're moving Rojas closer over towards center field. Here's the 0-1. And that one will go low and outside and evens the count up at 1-1. That last play was just the 5th run that Andrew Banda has given up this season. He looks back at second base, delivers the pitch, and that one goes outside for ball 2. Banda's an alum of Cypress College. He's currently in the transfer portal after attending St. Louis for the fall semester. Now here comes the pitch to untie the count, and LaRue fouls that back into the net, and the count is back even again. Larks ball boy goes to retrieve it. And LaRue awaits the next pitch. He got that RBI double in the first inning on a 2-1 count. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. And LaRue fouls it back once again. He stays alive. He now awaits pitch number 6 from Andrew Banda. Sean Keenan is on deck. Braden Hebner is in the hole. LaRue awaits the pitch from the right-hander. It's on its way. And that one catches the outside corner for out number 2. It's the second strikeout of the game for the junior from Nuevo, California. And now the Larks bring up their hits leader, Sean Keenan. It's also their leader in RBIs with 27, with the runner over at second base, Hutch Russell. Keenan holds his bat above his head. Here comes his first pitch, and it's a fly ball into center field, but Finnegan gets in the right spot, and he gets the catch and ends the inning. But the Larks add another run on the RBI double. Hutch Russell brings home Max Flowers, and the Larks extend their lead to 2-0. The top of the 4th is up next here on the Larks Network. We are through 1/3 of tonight's game here in Hayes, America, and it's time for the top of the 4th inning. Trent Baker is back on the mound with a solid start from him. 3 strikeouts and only 1 hit allowed. He faces the 3-4-5 batters for Liberal, and it starts with number 7, Cole Manuel. And on the first pitch is a curveball, and it starts the count off 1-0. Manuel flew out to right field in the first inning. He's the only player in the lineup tonight to have multiple hits yesterday against the Larks. Now Trent Baker finds the zone and evens the count up. Last night for Liberal, they had 7 hits compared to the Larks' 3, but were only able to get 2 runs home. And now that pitch goes outside for ball 2. Manuel's one of 3 Division I players for the BJs, just played his junior season at Arkansas State. And there is strike number 2. When he had that flyout in the first inning, it was on a 1-0 count. Now he faces 2 strikes and 2 balls against Trent Baker. Baker going for his 4th K, and instead it's a hit right back up the middle, and Manuel's on first base. So the 3-hole batter starts the inning with a base hit, and that brings up number 44, Noah Giovanelli, the first baseman. A freshman from Sonoma, California. Batting in the left-handed box against the right-handed arm of Trent Baker. That was just the 2nd hit that Baker's given up tonight. And he starts with a 1-0 count against Giovanelli. That 1 hit came in the last inning. It was from Josiah Rojas, the 9-hole batter who got out at second off of a fielder's choice play. And that ended the inning. Now the count stands at 2 balls and no strikes. Giovanelli played in 5 games this season as a freshman at Point Loma Nazarene. Only recorded 1 hit and 1 run. Now Baker goes inside, and it's a 3-0 count. Giovanelli has yet to see a strike from Baker tonight. Here's the pitch, and that one's right down Broadway. There's strike 1, along with the 3 balls that have been thrown so far. Manuel takes a lead off first base. Here's the pitch, and that one goes inside for strike 2. So after falling behind with a 3-0 count, Baker's able to fight back and get 2 strikes. This is the first full count he's facing against the BJs tonight. We'll see who wins the battle. Here comes the payoff pitch, and it drops into the strike zone for out number 1. That is the 4th strikeout of the game for Trent Baker, and with 1 away, that brings up Cal Anthony. Anthony had a pop out in his first appearance. He's dealt the pitch, and this one is a hard hit ball right in between Green and LaRue. It rolls into right field and advances both runners 1 base. The throw goes all the way to Hutch Russell over at third. And off of the base hit from Cal Anthony, Liberal now brings up Cade Adams, the freshman from Pearland, Texas. He was one of 3 players tonight that did not appear in last night's game. Liberal has 4 returners. Or correction, 5 returners to our lineup, along with courtesy runner from last night, Ben Finnegan. The 3 new faces are Giovanelli, Adams, and then Uieda, who's on deck. Baker comes set, looks back at second base. Now turns his attention to the batter, and that one's lined foul. It's another ball that lands in the street next to us and actually lands on, or rolls all the way to someone's front door, one of the houses lining the streets. And on the 0-1, this one's popped up and fouled as well. And some kids went and retrieved that last foul ball, and if the person who lives at that house is a Larks fan, they probably could have picked up that ball and never told anyone that they didn't return it. Not encouraging that, by the way. On the 0-2, it's a fly ball into left field. It drops in front of Braden Hebner, and the BJs get on the board. With the RBI single, Cal Anthony moves to second base, and Cade Adams is now at first base. He gets his 18th RBI of the season, and the BJs are within one. And Liberal will check a courtesy runner into the game for the catcher, Cade Adams. Here's number 3, Jet Huffman on the base path. And Keith Harper's going to have a meeting with Trent Baker. He does have one pitcher currently warming up. We'll try to get a look at who that is. It looks to be a left-hander, and that is number 22, Justin Pignardo. He's the Larks' only left-hander, along with Ty Schmeidler, who was one of the relief guys in last night's game and got the win. So Harper will just talk to Baker, Russell, and Wilson, and they will all go back to their respective spots. So now up is number 29, Trenton Uyeda, the second baseman and second strikeout victim against Trent Baker. And the first pitch is going to target the outside corner, but it's called ball 1. Uyeda is the third of those new players in the lineup tonight that were not in last night's game. He's now going to deal with a 1-1 count against Baker. He's played in 16 games for Liberal, gotten a hit in 14 of those, which included that 11-game streak from June 14th all the way to July 1st. And on the 1-1, Trent Baker goes to his slider, and it misses outside for ball 2. Cade Green is standing near second base. Baker looks back there. And the pitch is on its way. The runner takes off for third base, and that's going to be another base hit for Liberal, and they're going to tie this game up. Cal Anthony will score all the way from second base, and Cade Adams moves to third, giving Liberal runners at the corners, and they tie the game up. Now up is number 2, Drew Gartman, the shortstop who flew out to right field in his last appearance. He only has one out on the scoreboard. This is a ground ball to Tabor Stokes, a chance for a double play. He gives it over to Cade Green. Now the throw down to first is not in time. And just like that, Liberal takes the lead. Jed Huffman ran home from third base, and the score is now 3-2, but there's 2 outs. Now Liberal goes to their last batter in the order, Josiah Rojas. He pops up the first pitch, and it lands out of play. Drew Gartman has a lead over at first. Reaching on the fielder's choice and getting the RBI. This one goes right back to Trent Baker, and he gives an underhand toss to Dylan LaRue for the third out. But in that inning, Liberal takes the lead, scoring 3 runs off of 4 hits. And they have the lead, 3-2, going into the bottom of the 4th. Liberal scored 3 runs on 4 hits in the last inning to take the lead over the Larks. Now we'll see how they respond. Braden Hebner puts the first ball in play. It's a deep fly ball into left field, and it takes one bounce and then goes off the top of the wall. Hebner goes for second and tries to go to third, but he will stop, and he gets a leadoff double here in the 4th inning. Hebner wasted no time after popping out to the second baseman in his first appearance. He gets the double with no outs, and here is Brand Wilson up next. Andrew Banda is still in the game for Liberal. This is his 4th inning of work, and so far no other pitchers have warmed up. Wilson takes a couple practice swings and is ready for the pitch. It makes its way to the plate, and it catches the inside corner. There is strike 1. The Larks' runs have came in the 1st and 3rd inning, with the RBIs coming from Dylan LaRue and Hutch Russell, and Hutch Russell also scored the first run of the game. He brought home Max Flowers in the 3rd. Here comes the pitch, and it goes low on the fastball. Evens the count up with 1 ball and 1 strike. Second baseman Uyeda standing closest to the bag. Wilson is ready for the pitch. It's on its way. And going to the fastball again, it misses outside for ball 2. Hebner's continuing to take a short lead, but so far in this series, the Larks have not even attempted a steal. Hebner has a short lead again. Here's the pitch. And that's a swing and a miss on the curveball. It is now 2-2 to Wilson. Andrew Banda has 2 strikeouts tonight. He's got 26 total now on the season. Looks back at second base. Here comes the 2-2. And Wilson, it's a fly ball, and it drops right in front of the right fielder, and Hebner takes off for third base. He will have to slide in, and the throw goes over the head of the third baseman, and that's going to score Hebner. And that is a ground rule double for Brand Wilson. They're going to give Wilson third, so he gets the single, and because the throw went into the dugout, he takes over third base. And the Larks check in a courtesy runner for Brand Wilson. That looks like it's Austin Crawford, and it is. So he will make another appearance as a courtesy runner this season. Now with a tied game and the runner at third, Cade Green, who had the solo home run last night, is up to bat. His first pitch misses up high for ball one. He's got Austin Crawford over at third base. Brand Wilson, I don't believe, will be credited with an RBI of Braden Hebner. And Green, it's a hard ground ball over to the shortstop Gartman. And the throw goes to first in time for out number one. That's another 6-3 play for the BJs. Now the Larks bring up number 6, Tabor Stokes, the Incarnate Word transfer. Stokes lined out in his first appearance. Has a big gap up the middle. Here's the pitch. And that one catches the inside corner. The count is 0-1. Stokes now holds his bat above his head. Liberal does have a pitcher warming up right now. And Stokes grounds this one over to the shortstop Gartman once again. It's another 6-3 play for the out. But Stokes does get the RBI, bringing home Austin Crawford from third base, and the Larks retake the lead. The base path is now empty as the Larks go back to the top of their order. It is number 5, Max Flowers. He'll readjust his batting gloves. And he awaits the pitch. Here it comes. And he pops this one up out of play. Oh, 0-1 is the count to Flowers. He's 1 for 2 on the night. Popped out in the first inning and then had the double on a 2-2 count in the third. And then was eventually brought home by Hutch Russell. Banda shakes his head a couple times. Now gets his pitch from Cade Adams. It goes to the plate, and it's the fastball, and it's going to make it strike 2. Flowers searching for his second hit of the game. He's recorded multiple hits in 8 games this season, and he hits a fly ball into left field. Running up on it is the left fielder Rojas, and he's got the catch for out number 3. But it just takes the Larks 1 inning to retake the lead. They score Braden Hebner and then Austin Crawford, the courtesy runner for Brand Wilson. And it's time for the top of the 5th inning. The score is 4-3. The Larks add 2 more runs off of 2 more hits in the bottom of the 4th inning, and they lead it by 1. Trent Baker is back on the mound for a 5th inning of work. Has only given up 6 hits and has only given up 5 hits and added 4 strikeouts to his season total. He faces the top of the order for the 3rd time tonight. It's number 12, Ben Finnegan, the center fielder, who will lead the first pitch upstairs for ball 1. The Larks did have number 22, Justin Pinardo, warming up, and they now have a second pitcher in there as well. I'll try to get a look at who that is in just a second. And Baker's second pitch is a ground ball right over to Cade Green. He scoops it up and throws it over to Dylan LaRue and gets out number 1. After the 4-3 play, here's number 6, Cooper Kardokis. The 3rd baseman and Nebraska commit. 0 for 1 so far. He had a line out to Trent Baker in the 1st inning, and then his last appearance was in the 3rd inning. He grounded into a fielder's choice, which would lead to out number 3. He gets ahead 1-0 against Baker. Baker deals the next pitch, and it's a swing and a miss, and the count is 1-1. Kardokis attended Edmond Memorial High School this year and was a all-state utility player. The 36th player in that school's history to be named an all-state player. And on the 1-1, that one misses outside and ties the count up. And Edmond Memorial's also been one of the more successful teams, in the state of Oklahoma. In March of 2025, Prep Baseball ranked them top 10 nationally. And that year, Kardokis was an all-conference selection with that team. Now he's down 2-2 here against Baker. Here's the pitch, and that one goes by his knees for ball 3. Home plate umpire will call time. And Kardokis steps back into the left-handed box. It's the 2nd inning in a row that Baker faces a full count. Kardokis stays alive, fouling that one back. The first full count was a strikeout against Neo Giovanelli in the 4th inning. Now here comes the payoff pitch from Baker. And he gets another strikeout on the inside corner. That's out number 2 on the full count against Cooper Kardokis. That now brings up the 3-hole hitter, Cole Manuel, the DH from Clinton, Mississippi, and Arkansas State. The Larks shift their infield over, moving both Tabor Stokes and Cade Green closer to 3rd. And Manuel starts ahead 1-0. Manuel was 2 for 4 yesterday with both of his hits being singles. He's added another single tonight, and he's 1 for 2. Here's the 1-0, and that one gets into the zone for the first strike. Manuel will be followed by Noah Giovanelli and Cal Anthony, if those two will come up this inning. And he hits a high fly ball into left field. Hebner goes all the way back for it, and he jumps up, but that one will go over the fence, and Liberal ties the game with a solo home run from Cole Manuel. With the sound of the crack of that bat, I don't think there was any doubt about that. Manuel gets his 4th home run of the summer, and the score is tied at 4 apiece. Manuel has 2 runs in this game, and now here is number 44, Noah Giovanelli. The pitch goes inside, and that's going to be called strike 1 by the home plate umpire, R.J. McCoy. Wilson puts his glove down low. Giovanelli does not take a swing at it, and he fights back up to a 1-1 count. Giovanelli's 0 for 1 with a strikeout tonight, walked in the second inning. And on the next pitch, he will take a swing and foul that one off. Count moves to 1-2. Baker's looking for his second strikeout of the inning. It would be his second inning of the night with multiple strikeouts along with the second. He got both Cade Adams and Trenton Uieta swinging, and he gets another one. A swing and a miss on a 1-2 count there to Giovanelli. Gets out number 3. And we have a tie game going into the bottom half of the 5th inning, thanks to that solo home run from Cole Manuel for the BJs. We'll be back in just a moment. Liberal ties the game up with a solo home run from Cole Manuel in the top half of the 5th inning. And Liberal will once again send Andrew Band to the mound for a 5th inning. They have been warming up 2 right-handed arms to follow after him. And in this inning, he faces the Larks 2-3-4 batters. He begins with a 1-0 count to Rainer Bean, the DH. He is 0 for 2 on the night. And the next pitch is on its way. And this one gets fouled back into the net. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Bean. And here comes the pitch from Banda, and that one's left outside, and it ties it up. Bean's average coming into tonight's game is .312. Gets ahead 3-1 now against Andrew Banda. Hutch Russell will be the next batter up for the Larks. He is 2 for 2 tonight, and on the 3-1, that one is a little bit too low, and Bean's going to walk. That's the 3rd inning in a row now for the Larks where their leadoff batter gets on base. Joins along with Max Flowers' double in the 3rd inning and Braden Hebner's double in the 4th inning. Now here is Hutch Russell. Banda takes a look back at first base. And now deals the pitch. And that one misses down low and starts the count off 1-0 to Hutch Russell. With Russell's 2 hits tonight, this is his 4th game with multiple hits. And he will take a swing, and it goes right back into the glove of Banda. A chance for a double play. He gets to second in time, and the throw to first is in time as well. And the BJs turn a double play here in the bottom of the 5th inning. was a 1-6-3 play. Now the Larks go to their 4-hole hitter, Dylan LaRue. He has a 1-for-2 start tonight with the RBI double in the first inning, as well as a strikeout where he was caught looking in the third. RJ McCoy will go back to his spot behind home plate. Banda taking his time. Here's the pitch. And the curveball's too far outside. 1 ball and no strikes to LaRue. With LaRue's RBI double tonight, that was his 15th of the season. It was also his 15th hit as well. Now he gets ahead with 2 balls and no strikes. He's been very successful at bringing runs home 5 games this season with multiple RBIs, and he had a streak of 5 games with at least 1 RBI from June 14th to the 22nd. He's ahead with 3 balls against Banda now with 2 outs. LaRue waves around the orange bat. Here's the pitch. And he fouls that one out of play. That is strike 1 to the senior from Blanco, Texas. He awaits the next pitch. And here it comes. It's a swing and a miss. And Banda gets back up to a full count. Banda is ready, so is LaRue. Here's the payoff pitch. And that's a swing and a miss for out number 3. That's the 3rd strikeout of the night for the junior from Nuevo, California. And the score is still tied at 4-4 going into the top of the 6th inning. We'll be back in a moment here on the Larks Network. The Larks get 5 innings tonight from Trent Baker and now make their first change on the mound. Replacing him is number 22, Justin Pinardo, the freshman from Mount San Antonio Junior College. His first batter he's facing is number 19, Cal Anthony. And the first pitch is fouled back into the net. And it starts to count off 0-1. This is Pinardo's 9th game with the Larks. All of his appearances have been as a relief pitcher. He has a 1-0 record. And coming into tonight's game, his ERA is 3.65. He goes to that 12-6 curve, and it misses a little bit too low. And the count is now 1-1. Anthony's 1 for 2 tonight with a single in the 4th inning. And now he'll work to a tied count at 2-1. He comes into tonight's game as the leader in both average and OPS for the BJs. His average is 467. His OPS is 1.428, which includes a slugging percentage of 900. He won't take a swing on the curve again, and the count is going to stay at 3 balls and 1 strike. Piñardo goes to his full windup, and that's a swing and a miss for strike 2. It's a full count to Piñardo on his first batter faced. This season, Piñardo's got more strikeouts than walks. He's got 18 compared to the 12. Here comes the payoff pitch, and that's too far inside. That is ball 4. That'll bring up number 38, Cade Adams. He recorded an RBI single in the 4th inning. Liberal had 3 runs on 4 hits in that inning. And if Adams gets on the base path, he will be replaced by Jet Huffman as a courtesy runner. The pitch to Piñardo is on its way, and that's a fastball for strike 1. Piñardo taking his time. Wilson puts his glove down low near the plate. And now Piñardo throws back to first base. LaRue does not apply a tag, and Anthony remains safe. Anthony continuing to take a big lead. The next pitch goes to the outside part of the plate. And the count gets evened up at 1-1. Adams, the freshman from Pearland, Texas, awaits the next pitch. And here it comes. That one misses high and outside. It's now 2-1. Anthony's continuing to take a big lead over at first base. LaRue is covering the bag. And the pitch is a 12-6 curve, and that's strike 2. Cal Anthony, he's only recorded 2 steals this season. Liberal as a team is 60 for 68. He will take off for second base, and that is going to be called ball 3. So it's back-to-back full counts for Piñardo against the BJs. And Cal Anthony gets a successful steal over at second. Piñardo gets his pitch from Wilson. And the payoff pitch goes to the plate. And this one's grounded over to Tabor Stokes. He will throw to third to get the lead runner out. And the tag was not applied in time. Hutch Russell dropped the ball at the very end of the play. And on the fielder's choice play, Liberal will have runners at the corners. So Liberal's 90 feet away from taking the lead. They have a runner 90 feet away from home plate. And the courtesy runner checks in for Cade Adams. We'll see if that's still Jet Huffman. And it is. No outs have been recorded this inning. Trenton Uyeda's up to bat. He's already gotten 1 RBI tonight. That RBI scored Cal Anthony, who is now over at third. Throw goes back to first base. No tag is applied. And Huffman is safe. If Liberal can score right here, it'd be the 3rd inning in a row for them with a run. And that one's popped out of play. No balls and 1 strike to Trenton Uyeda. Piñardo throws back to first base again on the 0-1. And again, no tag is applied for the Larks. Piñardo taking his time. He deals the pitch. And that one drops a little bit too low. Count is even once again with 1 ball and 1 strike. Cal Anthony's taking a very short lead over at third base. The pitch is on its way, and it's too high. It's a tied count at 2-1. Uyeda looking for another RBI. This pitch will untie the count, and it's a swing and a miss. So Piñardo works ahead with 2 strikes. It's 2 California natives facing off on the mound and at the plate. Trenton Uyeda is a freshman from Poway, California, and Justin Piñardo is a freshman from El Monte, California. Here's the 2-2 from Piñardo. Now he throws back to first again. And Huffman's able to beat the throw once again. Piñardo going for the first out of the inning. Here comes the 2-2. And that one misses inside. 3 batters faced and 3 full counts for Justin Piñardo. He gets his pitch from Brand Wilson, sends it to the plate, and that one misses on the low outside corner, and the bases are loaded. So now the bases are loaded, and Keith Harper is going to signal over to the bullpen. Piñardo will only face 3 batters tonight, and the Larks will make a change now. We'll see who the new pitcher is when we come back. With the bases loaded and no outs, the Larks replaced Justin Pignardo with Hayes native Carson Lyles. He will face the 8th batter in the order, Drew Gartman. Lyles comes set to deal the first pitch. He goes full windup, and this one lands in the Larks dugout. So it's an 0-1 count to the shortstop. Cal Anthony is at third, Jet Huffman is at second, and Trenton Uyeda is at first. Cal Anthony and Trenton Uyeda both walked, and then Cade Adams reached on a fielder's choice, and then Jet Huffman came in as the courtesy runner. They'll say that Gartman didn't go around there. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Gartman goes back into the box. And now the home plate umpire will call time. For Lyles, this is his 7th appearance as a relief pitcher, 8th overall. He pitched 6 days ago against the Fort Collins Foxes and earned his first save in that game, striking out the last 2 batters. Now he's ahead 1-2 here against the BJs. Gartman holds the bat up with his yellow batting gloves. Here's the pitch. And that one takes a bounce in front of home plate. And the count moves to 2-2. Gartman's only gotten on the base path once tonight. That was an RBI fielder's choice in the 4th inning. And on the 2-2, he will hit this one deep into left field. Hebner goes back for it. He gets under it, but that should score a run. He throws it to the cutoff Tabor Stokes, and he will be the last one to hold on to it. Cal Anthony scores from third base, and the other 2 runners remain put. So after that sacrifice fly, that will bring Liberal to their 9-hole batter, Josiah Rojas, completing their 3rd rotation through their order. Rojas is 1 for 2 in this game. Lyles delivers the pitch, and this one's a pop-up. Green calls for it, standing on the outfield grass, and he waits for it to come down to him, and he's got the catch. That's out number 2. Now Liberal goes back to the top of their order with Ben Finnegan, the center fielder, 0 for 3 tonight. He's had a flyout, groundout, and strikeout in this game. Those 3 appearances were all against Trent Baker, who pitched the first 5 innings tonight. Now here's the pitch from Carson Lyles. Goes to his curveball, and that's called ball 1. Lyles looks back at second base. Takes a second look again. Now turns to the batter and delivers a strike. The count is now 1-1. When Lyles came in, there were no outs recorded and the bases were loaded. He's gotten 2 outs this inning thanks to his fielders, and only 1 run was scored off of a sacrifice fly. 1 ball and 1 strike, and it's now 2 balls. That one takes a bounce on home plate. Finnegan returns to the left-handed box, waiting for the pitch that will untie the count. Finnegan has a .364 average for the BJs. Is still in search of his first hit tonight. Now he works ahead 3-1. He's also the team leader in walks with 14. And this is his first time facing 3 balls tonight. When he flew out, that was on a 1-2 count. When he struck out, that was on a 1-2 count as well. And when he grounded out in the 5th inning, that was on a 1-0 count. Here's the 3-1. And that one drops low, and the bases are loaded once again. Cooper Cardocas will come up to bat with the bases loaded. Lyles looking to lead the bases loaded. In the last 5 innings, Liberal has only left 2 runners stranded. 1 in the 2nd and 1 in the 4th. And they get a line drive here into center field. This one's going to take a couple bounces, and Max Flowers will pick it up. And that's going to be a 2 RBI single for Cooper Cardocas. Ben Finnegan now moves over to second base. Scoring on that play is Jet Huffman, excuse me. He is the courtesy runner for Cade Adams, along with Trenton Uyeda. This is the second time that Liberal gets 3 runs in an inning tonight. Lyles takes a deep breath. And his first pitch to Cole Manuel is a swing and a miss for strike 1. Liberal's gotten 3 runs this inning on only 1 hit. Lyles will not be responsible for any of those runs. Those 3 all got on from Justin Piñardo. And on the 0-1, this one is a line drive, and this one's going to be a hit as well. It rolls over to Sean Keenan. He loses control of it. And that's another run for Liberal, putting runners at the corners. Finnegan scores. Cardocas moves to third. And Liberal goes through their entire lineup this inning. Now up is Noah Giovanelli. He's the only batter that hasn't came up to the plate this inning. And I think Keith Harper's going to make his way out to the mound, and he will. He signals over to the left field bullpen, and for the second time in this inning, the Larks make a change. Liberal has scored 4 runs this inning. They lead it 8-4. And we'll be back in just a moment. The Larks started this inning with a new pitcher and have made 2 changes since then. With 2 outs, they bring in Hunter Cogill, number 19, who deals a ball to Noah Giovanelli, the only batter that hasn't been at the plate this inning. This has been a 4-run 6th inning for the BJs off of only 2 hits. Cogill misses that one up high. Count moves to 2-0. Liberal has runners at the corners. Cooper Cardocas is at third, and Cole Manuel is at first. Both of those guys had RBI singles. Cardocas brought home 2 runs, and Manuel brought home 1. Here's the 2-0. This one's popped up. Russell runs after it, so does Stokes. And Stokes reaches over his shoulder and can't make the grab. That scores another run. And that is an RBI single for Noah Giovanelli. So Liberal goes through their entire lineup this inning. For the second time this inning, they bring up number 19, Cal Anthony, with a 9-4 lead. Anthony walked and then scored the first run of this inning. His count begins 0-1. This is Cogill's 8th appearance for the Larks. He's pitched in 13 2/3 innings. And he hits a fly ball into foul territory. This lands over the black fence on the left side of Larks Park. It is now 0-2. Cogill has 26 strikeouts this season. Looking to add another one that will end the inning. The pitch, left upstairs for ball 1. Manuel has a short lead at second base. Giovanelli will stay close to the bag at first. Cogill will step off the mound. And he's ready to deal the pitch. He kicks and deals. And this one's going to be line foul. So Cal Anthony stays alive. And Hunter Cogill is another Lark that announced that he has committed. He played 2 years at the JUCO level for Gateway Community College. He is committed to Briar Cliff University. He now deals a 2-2 count to Anthony. Briar Cliff is an NAIA school located in Sioux City, Iowa. So that is where Cogill commits. He looks back at second base, and with 2 balls and 2 strikes, he pitches inside, and that's ball 3. That's the second time this inning Cal Anthony's faced a full count. A walk here would load the bases again. Cogill gets his pitch, and Cal Anthony's ready for it. It goes to the plate, and it's grounded down the first base line. It's a diving play by Dylan LaRue. He throws it over to Cogill, and he drops the ball. And Liberal scores another run, and they take a 10-4 lead. Runners are on the corners once again. Cole Manuel scores from second base. I do believe Cal Anthony will get credited with an RBI there. He reaches on an error, and it brings up number 38, Cade Adams. Cogill goes inside to Adams for ball 1. Adams is one of 3 players for Liberal with multiple runs tonight. Cole Manuel has 3, Cal Anthony has 2, and Adams has 2 as well. Here comes the 1-0. This one's hit over to Tabor Stokes, and he throws it down to first base, and that ends the inning. 6 runs were scored there for Liberal. They bring up 11 batters to the plate, and they have their largest lead of the night. We'll see how the Larks respond in the bottom half of the inning when we come back. A 6th run top of the 6th inning gives Liberal a 10-4 lead over the Larks. And a change is made on the mound for Liberal, replacing Andrew Banda as number 9, Braxton Trinkle. He will face Sean Keenan, then Braden Hebner and Brand Wilson, and he deals the ball to Keenan. A very solid game tonight from Banda. In 5 innings, he gives up 6 hits and 4 runs, and also records 3 strikeouts without giving up any walks. Now on the 1-0 from Trinkle, Keenan will take a swing on this one. It's a fly ball into center field. Finnegan runs up on it, and he catches it for out number 1. With 1 away, the next batter up is Braden Hebner. And taking a look at Braxton Trinkle, he is making a team-high 9th appearance on the mound. He is a graduate of Twin Falls High School in Twin Falls, Idaho, and is committed to Northeastern Junior College. Now he gets set to deal the first pitch to Braden Hebner. And Hebner leaves it down there for ball 1. Tonight Hebner has a double and a run. He was the 3rd run of the game for the Larks. And that one makes the count 2-0. Hebner scored on a very weird play. For those of you that don't remember, in the 4th inning, Brand Wilson was up to bat with Hebner at second base. Wilson had the single, and on this one, it's a line drive into the Larks bullpen for the first strike. But with Hebner at second base, Wilson hit a single, and then both runners were going to stay put. But the throw came in from right field and landed in the Larks dugout, so Hebner got to go home and Wilson got to go to third, and then Wilson would score as well. Here's the 2-1, and that one's high and inside for ball 3. This season, Trinkle has 19 strikeouts and a .281 opponent batting average. He deals the 5th pitch to Hebner, and that is ball 4. We'll see if that starts a spark for the Larks. They need one of their biggest comebacks of the season to try and win this one. Down by 6 here in the 6th. So now here's number 32, Brandon Wilson. The catcher is 1 for 2 tonight. And he takes a swing and pops that one out of play into the parking lot of doom. No balls and 1 strike to Wilson. The first baseman, Giovanelli's covering the bag. Hebner takes a lead. Here's the 0-1 from Trinkle. And this one goes right back to him, and they're going to have a chance for a double play. The throw to second is in time, and the throw to first is in time as well. A 3-up, 3-down inning for Liberal, and they lead it 10-4. We'll be back in a moment for the top of the 7th inning, where Trenton Uyeda will lead things off, followed by Drew Gartman and Josiah Rojas. Going into the top of the 7th inning, the score is BJ's 10, Larks 4. Leading things off here is number 29, Trenton Uyeda, followed by Drew Gartman and Josiah Rojas. This is the bottom third of the BJ's order. They are still facing Hunter Cogill, who deals a ball for the first pitch of the inning. Uyeda's gotten on the base path twice tonight and has also been struck out in the second. Fouls that one back into the net, and the count moves to 1-1. With Hunter Cogill on the mound, this is his 8th game. And this is the 4th batter that he's facing. He goes outside on that pitch, and it's now 1-2. Uyeda trying to avoid a second strikeout. Here's the pitch. And that one just misses up high. It's now 2-2 to the second baseman. Uyeda, the freshman from Poway, California, has dealt his next pitch, and that one misses outside on the fastball, and it's another full count. Uyeda faced a full count in the last inning. When he was at the plate, he was facing Justin Piñardo, and he walked against him. Here's the payoff pitch from Cogill, and that's in the strike zone for out number 1. Cogill gets his 27th strikeout of the season, and that brings up Drew Gartman. Gardman's gotten 2 RBIs tonight, has yet to get his first hit. His first RBI came on a fielder's choice play, and then he recorded a sacrifice fly in the last inning. First pitch goes low and outside. 1 ball and no strikes to Gardman. Gardman was a redshirt this season for the Arkansas State Red Wolves in the Sun Belt Conference. He leaves the 1-0 outside, 4-2. Gardman was listed as the 5th best shortstop in Arkansas according to Perfect Game. Was part of a Valley View High School team that won 2 state championships. Cogill fights back to a 2-1 count. Gardman was also a preseason underclass All-American in 2024 by Perfect Game. And now there's 3 balls in the count. Wilson wants the pitch low and outside, and this one goes foul. Fielded barehandedly by Josiah Rojas in the on-deck circle. This is 2 innings in a row where the first 2 batters are dealt with a full count, and on both of the ones in this inning, Hunter Cogill gets a strikeout. This one is swinging, and there's now 2 away. So now they go to Josiah Rojas, completing the 4th time through the BJ's order. And Rojas will watch the first pitch go by, but it's a fastball, and it's called strike 1. Cogill goes to his fastball again, that time a little bit too low. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Rojas. He puts this one into play, and that one's going to stay fair. Fans are in disbelief that that one was called a fair ball. Dylan LaRue tried to make a diving play on it, but was unsuccessful. And this one might be a triple, and it will. Rojas beats the tag at third base. Hutch Russell couldn't apply it in time. Time is called. That's Rojas' second hit of the game. And he keeps the Larks from going 3 up, 3 down against the BJs. The only time they've done that tonight was in the first inning off of 3 flyouts. So Liberal goes back to the top of their order with Ben Finnegan. And he pops this one up. It's a long run for Braden Hebner, the left fielder, and he makes the catch and ends the inning. That's the first time since the 3rd inning that Liberal did not score any runs. The Larks keep the runner stranded at third base, and will now have their 8-9-1 batters up next in the bottom half of the 7th inning. We want to take this opportunity before the bottom of the 7th inning to thank tonight's game sponsors, Heartland Credit Union, Herman Physical Therapy and Wellness, Taco Shop, and Vive. We thank you for your support of Hayes Larks baseball and giving fans free admission to tonight's game. It's time for the bottom of the 7th inning. Cade Green leads things off. Larks trail by 6, but based on the first game of this series, if there's any guy that you want at the plate to shift the momentum, it's Cade Green. He had the home run last night that gave the Larks the win, and he hits a line drive into left field. But Rojas is in the right place at the right time. He gets the catch and records out number 1 on the first pitch. That now brings up number 6, Tabor Stokes. He's recorded an RBI tonight. This is his first game since announcing that he is transferring to Incarnate Word from Ball State. First pitch from Tranquil is a hard ground ball that is going to land in front of the Larks dugout. It is 0-1. Tranquil faced 3 batters in the last inning when he came in. Walked 1 batter, but got him out on a double play. It was a 3-up, 3-down inning, and the count now 1-1 to Tabor Stokes. The catcher puts his glove low, and Stokes hits a high fly ball into left field. Rojas goes back for it, and it's gone. A solo shot for Tabor Stokes in the bottom of the 7th inning. And the Larks get their first run since the 4th inning. And if the Larks want to start a comeback, they have to do it now, and it starts with that, if anything, a solo home run for Tabor Stokes, his first of the season and 7th in his Larks career. The Larks are back to the top of their order now with number 5, Max Flowers, the center fielder, with a hit and a run tonight. His first pitch is left inside. Starts the count with 1 ball and no strikes. Now Tranquil goes inside again. Deals ball 2 to Flowers. As I said, Flowers has 1 hit and 1 run tonight. He scored a run as well yesterday as a courtesy runner. He has a team-high 28. He pops this one up, and the shortstop tracks it down. That is Gartman for out number 2. Now the Larks bring up their designated hitter, Rainer Bean, for his 20. It's a 3-0 count now to Rainer Bean. I apologize to everybody with the technical difficulties we're working on right now. We'll try to get the cameras back up and running as soon as possible, and there they are. There is strike 1 to Rainer Bean, so the count is now 3-1. You will have Hutch Russell on deck. And the pitch goes high and outside, and Bean walks for the first time tonight. There's 1 on and 2 outs with Hutch Russell up to bat. With his signature walk-up song playing, God Gave Me Style by 50 Cent. And we'll see if Liberal makes a change right here. They've had Tranquil in since the 6th inning. They got 5 innings from their starter, Andrew Banda. So they'll just talk things over. It doesn't look like anyone's going to be subbed in. That is Liberals pitching coach Gino Kazi on the mound. So everybody's going to go back to their spots. And Hutch Russell's up to bat with the one runner on. Hutch Russell's already gotten a single and a double tonight. This will be a huge chance for him to maybe even get his first home run, which would give him a triple away from hitting the cycle. This one bounces away from the catcher. He thought it went behind him. Instead, it was right next to his box. And Rainer Bean advances to second on the pass ball. One ball and no strikes to Hutch Russell. The sophomore from Seminole State Community College is and also KU commit. Goes inside on the next pitch. 4-2. Tranquil's ERA is 4.57 coming into tonight's game. He's pitched in 8 games up to this point and deals ball 3 there to Russell. Adams puts his glove low and centered, and the pitch goes outside. That's ball 4, and the Larks have 2 runners on with 2 outs. Liberals now going to make a change on the mound. Kazi's coming out once again. And we'll see who the new pitcher is when we come back here on the Larks Network. For the first time tonight, Liberal subs in a left-handed pitcher. Replacing Braxton Tranquil is number 11, Jack Taxi, the sophomore from Wisconsin Whitewater. They're going to rely on him to get the last out with runners at first and second. Rainer Bean is at second, Hutch Russell's at first, and up to bat is Dylan LaRue. Larks already have one run this inning. They had a solo home run from Tabor Stokes. That's his first home run of the season. And Taxi's first pitch is too low. That's ball one. LaRue's 1 for 3 so far, 2 strikeouts and an RBI double for him in the first inning. Taxi comes set. Sends the 1-0 to the plate, and that finds the strike zone. 1-1 now to LaRue. Looking at Taxi, he has pitched in 6 games and 6 1/3 innings. 10 strikeouts, and he's only given up 1 earned run this season. And that only earned run came on June 28th when Liberal took on game day. He is set to deliver the next pitch. And here it comes. That one's too low, and LaRue will face a tied count. Both runners for the Larks will take short leads. As Rainer Bean and Hutch Russell, both of them walked. Beans was on a 3-1 count. Russell's was on 4 straight balls. The 2-1 bounces away from the catcher, and that's going to advance them. That's 2 pass balls now for Rainer Bean, and that's 3 balls in the count. If the bases are loaded, that'll bring up Sean Keenan. LaRue just needs 1 more ball to get on base, or he can get a base hit as well. Taxi kicks and deals, and that one goes outside, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs. Three walks in a row for the BJs after getting 2 outs. Now the Larks bring up Sean Keenan. And he has had a grand slam this season. Sean Keenan's grand slam was on June 30th when the Larks took on Fort Collins in Colorado. That grand slam was one of 3 hits for him in that game, giving him 5 RBIs altogether. Taxi comes set and gives Keenan his first pitch, and that one's left outside. The count begins 1-0. Keenan in search of his first hit. He's gotten hits in 16 of his 19 games. Here comes the 1-0, and that one catches the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike to the right fielder from Lewisville, Texas. Keenan takes a small practice swing, now holds his bat above his head. Taxi kicks and deals, and that one misses down low. It's now 2-1 with the bases loaded. Again, Rainer Bean is at third, Hutch Russell's at second, and Dylan LaRue is at first. Keenan has recorded 27 RBIs, the most for the Larks coming into tonight's game, as well as the most hits, and he's looking for his first of both. Here's the 2-1, and that's a big swing and a miss. And now the count is 2-2. Taxi has 10 strikeouts and also has only given up 4 hits this season. Trying to leave the bases loaded here with 2 outs. Here's the 2-2. And that's a swing and a miss, and Taxi leaves the bases loaded, getting a strikeout against Sean Keenan. And the Larks get 1 run in the 7th inning. That was a solo home run from Tabor Stokes with 1 out. They still trail by 5 going into the top of the 8th.
Whether they win or whether they lose, I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! Join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks!
Going in now to the top of the 8th inning, the score is Liberal 10, Hayes 5. And Liberal has their 2, 3, 4 batters up next. They had 11 batters up to the plate in the 6th inning and only 4 in the 7th. They start with Cooper Kardokis, who gets ahead 1-0. Last inning, the Larks' only run came on a solo home run from Tabor Stokes, and they left the bases loaded with Rainer Bean, Hutch Russell, and Dylan LaRue, all of whom walked before the strikeout ended the inning. On the 1-0, that gets fouled back into the net, and the count is even. Kardokis was off to an 0-for-2 start tonight, and then in the 6th inning, he had the 2 RBI single. So he brought home 2 of the 6 runs that Liberal scored in that inning. And now on the curveball, that one catches the inside part of the zone. Hunter Cogill's ahead 0-2. Kogo came in to get the last out of the 6th inning. Since coming in, he's only given up 2 hits and has also recorded 2 strikeouts and has yet to give up a run. Here's the 1-2, and that's a line drive right into the glove of Tabor Stokes. And he gets out number 1 as Liberal goes to their 3-hole batter. That brings up Cole Manuel, the DH. Flew out in his first appearance, but has since then scored 3 runs off of 3 hits, including a home run in the 5th inning, which was his 4th of the season. Kogo gets set, goes to the outside part of the plate and finds the strike zone. It is 0-1. Manuel came into tonight's game with 19 runs in 19 games. He now faces a 1-1 count against Hunter Cogill. So he has 3 runs tonight. Next pitch goes to the outside again. And Cogill's ahead 1-2. He has 2 strikeouts already against the 7 and 8 batters for the BJs. Those were on full count, so now he's got a little bit of a cushion. Here's the 1-2, and it's a swing and a miss for out number 2. Cogill's now going for a 3-up, 3-down inning after recording his 3rd strikeout of the game in his first game since announcing that he's committed to Briar Cliff. He now faces Noah Giovanelli, the 4-hole batter for Liberal. The first baseman has an RBI single tonight. Gets ahead with a ball on the first pitch. Giovanelli's also been walked tonight, but has also struck out twice. Both of those were against Trent Baker, and he gets his 2nd hit of the game. This one goes to the corner of right field, bounces off the Next Tech logo, and the throw goes over to second base, and the throw is not in time, but that was very close. Cade Green was the one that got it, but Giovanelli gets a double. So Liberal avoids the 3-up, 3-down inning with a runner in scoring position. Now up is number 19, Cal Anthony, one of 3 players tonight for Liberal with multiple runs. His runs came in the 4th and 6th inning. Now time is called for Noah Giovanelli, who's now walking back to the dugout. Not sure if he got hurt on that play, but they will have to sub somebody in for him. Taking his place is number 1, Seth Green. So now Liberal will have a runner at second with 2 outs for Cal Anthony. And again, Seth Green is the new runner for Noah Giovanelli. I'm not sure if he got hurt on that last play. Might have been the way they slid in, but either way. Cogill's going for out number 3 right here. Green has a big lead over at second. Has recorded 11 steals this season. And Cal Anthony is going to fall behind 0-1 against Hunter Cogill. Cade Adams is on deck. Trenton Uyeda is in the hole. Next pitch goes inside again, and that's strike 2. Cogill's gotten 2 strikeouts in each of the last 2. He got 2 strikeouts in the last inning. He's trying to make it 2 again to go along with that 1-2 swinging strikeout against Cole Manuel. Here's the 0-2. And it's a swing and a miss, a drop third strike, and Brand Wilson tags Cal Anthony and ends the inning. And now we go to the bottom half. Larks still trail by 5, trying to get their 15th win in RMBL play. After holding Liberal scoreless for a second inning in a row, the Larks go back to work with their bats. It is Braden Hebner leading off the inning. So it's the 6, 7, 8 batters for the Larks. Brandon Wilson on deck, Cade Green in the hole, and Jack Taxi back to the mound. The left-hander deals the first pitch, and that drops into the strike zone. 0-1 to Hebner. Taxi's a sophomore from Fox River Grove, Illinois. He's only given up 1 earned run this season. And on the 0-1, he goes outside, and there's the first ball. Taxi actually did not play this last season of college baseball. He is currently in the transfer portal. Started as a freshman in 2025 with Wisconsin Whitewater, where he went 1-1 in 8 games. And now the swing and the miss moves the count to 1-2 for Braden Hebner. And this is Jack Taxi's first season with Liberal, but it's not his first year of summer collegiate baseball. He has also gotten experience playing in the Great Lakes League for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. He kicks and deals with no outs. Hebner hits a fly ball into the shallow part of the outfield, and that one bounces into foul territory. Liberal had 3 players running after it. That probably would have been a base hit for Hebner if it had stayed fair. But for now, he will have to head back home. Hebner already has a hit tonight. That was a double in the 4th inning. He would eventually score along with Brand Wilson in the 4th inning. Taxi gets his pitch, comes set. It's on its way. And Hebner hits a line drive, and that one goes foul as well. Another very close play there for the Larks. That's 2 foul balls now for Braden Hebner. That one landed just to the outside of the line. But that was the correct call. So this will be the 6th pitch now to Hebner, and the count is 1-2. Taxi gets set. Sends the 6th pitch to the plate, and that one's left outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to the left fielder, Braden Hebner. If he can get a hit right here, it would be his 9th game with multiple hits. Here comes the pitch from the left-hander, and this one's popped up. 3 players for Liberal go after it on the right side of the field, and the catch is made by the second baseman, Uyeda. He had the farthest distance to go to get it. It was Giovanelli, the first baseman, and Anthony, the right fielder, that also ran after it. And Uyeda makes the catch for out number 1. That brings up number 32, Brand Wilson, the catcher. 1 for 3 on the night for him. That one hit was in the 4th inning. And he takes a swing at the first pitch and fouls it out of play. Over the grandstand, it's 0-1. There is a large gap in the center of the field, with the second baseman Uyeda and the shortstop Gartman playing closer to the corners. We'll see where Wilson puts it. And he hits a fly ball into right field. Anthony gets under it and follows it into his glove for out number 2. So now the Larks bring up number 12, Cade Green, to try to keep the inning alive. It'll be a good sign for the Larks if they can get another player on. They've had 2 3-up, 3-down innings and then 1 additional inning with 4 batters where they didn't score. With 2 outs, that one's delivered right down the middle, and it's 0-1. Taxi has 10 strikeouts on the season. Still has yet to give up a run in this game. He goes high and outside there to Green. 4-1. Tabor Stokes is the batter in the on-deck circle on the third base side. He had a solo home run in the 7th. And on the 1-1, Green takes a swing and misses. He falls behind now with 2 strikes. Green trying to get on base for the 2nd time tonight. Taxi comes set. Here's the 1-2. And that's a swing and a miss. He gets another strikeout, his 2nd of the game. And that ends the inning. Liberal leads by 5 going into the final inning. We will have it for you when we come back. Going into the top of the ninth inning, the Larks make another change on the mound, and it's a pretty big replacement. It is Cade Green on the mound, and Trent Baker's now the second baseman, and the throw to first is in time. Dylan LaRue was able to collect himself and get the tag at first against Cade Adams. So now up is Trenton Uyeda. Or correction, Rainer Bean is at second base now. He was the designated hitter tonight. Cade Green moves from second base to the mound. Deals a ball there to Trenton Uyeda. And for Green, this is his first time in any collegiate level game getting some experience on the mound. He played in 8 games in his freshman season at Colorado Mesa, all as a batter. I'd have to look and see if he has some experience in his high school days in Choctaw, Oklahoma. One and one with one out, and he delivers another strike. Uyeda's had 2 trips on the base path and 2 strikeouts tonight. Here's the next pitch from Green with 1 out. And he goes outside on the fastball, and it evens things up. Wilson wants his glove, or puts his glove low. The pitch goes there, but it's ball 3. So Green will face a full count with 1 out. Here is the payoff pitch. He goes to his full windup, and it's a swing and a miss for out number 2. So Uyeda gets 3 strikeouts in the game, along with his 2 trips on the base path, and now up is Drew Gartman, who was one of the 2 guys that, or one of the 4 guys rather, that Hunter Cogill struck out. So now up is Drew Gartman, the freshman from Arkansas State. It's a fly ball into right field. Keenan runs after it, and on the run he makes the catch, and the Larks go 3 up, 3 down against the BJs. The Larks need 5 runs to tie and 6 runs to win in the bottom of the 9th. We'll be back in just a moment. Liberal makes their third call to the bullpen tonight before the bottom half of the 9th inning. The Larks need 5 runs to tie, 6 to win. And they will face number 16, Braden Whipple, the sophomore from Seward County Community College. Faces the 9-1-2 batters. His first pitch to Tabor Stokes. Drops but misses the zone. It is 1-0. Between the two teams tonight, 9 pitchers have came into the game. 5 from the Larks, 4 from the BJs. And now Whipple gets set to deal the 1-0. And that one finds the strike zone. It's now 1-1 to Stokes. He is 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. And looking at Whipple, he's made 3 relief appearances along with 4 starts. Or tonight is his 3rd relief appearance. He's had 2 prior to this game. He's got 19 2/3 innings. And this one's fouled back. Count now stands at 1-2. Whipple's from Woodward, Oklahoma. And like I said, just played his sophomore year at Seward County Community College and is committed to play at Southwestern Oklahoma State. So next season he will be teammates with Larks catcher Brand Wilson, who's also committed to the Bulldogs. Stokes now awaits the next pitch. Whipple taking his time. He sends it to the plate. And that one gets away from the catcher. It is now 2-2. The Larks will be back to the top of their order after Stokes is at bat. Whipple gives a nod. Now he kicks and deals in the full windup. And Stokes pops this one up, but it's going to go out of play. He now awaits the 6th pitch from the sophomore right-hander. This at-bat has almost been as long as Stokes' previous 3 combined. He had 2 pitches thrown in each of his first 2 appearances and then 3 on the home run in the 7th inning. This will be number 6. Whipple sends it to the plate, and it catches the outside corner of the strike zone for out number 1. Now the Larks are back to the top of their order with 1 out. It is number 5, Max Flowers, the center fielder. A 1 for 4 performance for him tonight. He steps into the left-handed box awaiting the pitch. And he takes a swing and fouls this one off right by the Larks' third base dugout. It is 0-1 for Flowers against Braden Whipple. This season at Seward County, Whipple pitched in 18 games, made 4 saves, but his record was 0-5. He deals the 0-1 to Flowers. Goes inside for ball 2, or for ball 1, excuse me. So this is a battle of 2 Jayhawk Conference players. As Max Flowers is from Hutchinson and Braden Whipple's from Seward County. Here's the 1-1. And that is a curveball that drops a little bit too low, and it ties the count up. Flowers has 1 run and 1 hit tonight, both of those in the 3rd inning. Tonight the Larks have scored in the 1st, 3rd, 4th, and 7th. For Liberal, all their runs came between the 4th and 6th inning. Whipple throws another ball. The count now 3-1 to Flowers. Rainer Bean will be up next. Now Flowers is set. Whipple goes inside and finds the corner of the strike zone, and it's a full count. Flowers has had 2 strikes in his count 3 times tonight. Those were in each of his first 3 appearances. Here's the payoff pitch from Whipple, and it's fouled off. This will now be the 7th pitch of the current at-bat to Flowers with 1 out. Flowers takes a deep breath before going back into the batter's box. Here comes the 7th pitch of the current at-bat. And that's a walk for the Larks. So Flowers goes to first base, and that brings up Rainer Bean. If the Larks can win, this would be their biggest comeback of the season. They have faced a deficit like this recently, but we'll see if they can make the comeback. Rainer Bean, another left-handed batter for the Larks, faces the right-handed arm of Braden Whipple. And this one gets fouled back into the net. It's 0-1. Larks' first 3 batters tonight are all JUCO players. Flowers at Hutchinson, Rainer Bean at Murray State, and Hutch Russell at Seminole State. Here's the 0-1, and that misses outside for a ball. Bean's only hit tonight was a triple in the 5th inning. And the throw goes back to first base. Flowers slides back in time. The Larks still have yet to attempt a steal yet in this series. This is a Liberal team that has caught 9 of 41 runners on the base path. We'll see if the Larks decide to be more aggressive right here. Down by 5. Flowers stays put, and Rainer Bean fouls the pitch back. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to the designated hitter. These have been long at-bats for Braden Whipple against the Larks. 6 pitches to Tabor Stokes, 7 to Max Flowers. Here's the 4th pitch to Rainer Bean, and he fouls it off. So now Bean goes back into the box. Liberal has not recorded a save yet this season from any of their pitchers. We'll see if they decide to list this one as one because of a 5-run lead. Whipple sends the 1-2 to home, and Rainer Bean lines it foul. Whipple comes into this game with 26 strikeouts. He's already gotten 1 in this inning. Bean taking his time, puts the bat above his head. And here's the 1-2. That one goes low and inside, and it's ball 2. Every single Larks pitcher in this, or Larks batter in this inning has had at least 6 pitches thrown to them against Braden Whipple, and this is only the 3rd batter. Whipple kicks and deals with one out, and that's a swing and a miss, and that's out number 2. So now the Larks will rely on Hutch Russell to try to keep the game alive. If Liberal gets out number 3, they will avoid a losing streak and get their 15th win of the season. That was one of their main focuses tonight, with this game also being a league game. They've only had one losing streak, which was a 3-game streak from June 25th to the 28th. Whipple is set. And he deals the first pitch to the Seminole State third baseman, Hutch Russell. That's ball 1. Russell's had 4 appearances at the plate tonight. Hit on 2 of them, walked on 1, and in the 5th inning he grounded out. Whipple continuing to take his time before he delivers the next pitch. Here's the 1-0, and that one's going to drop into the zone for the first strike. These two teams will face each other tomorrow night. That one will decide the series. It is a 7 p.m. first pitch here at Larks Park in another league game. Whipple set to deliver. Russell's ready for the pitch. It's on its way. And Russell hits a line drive into left field, and Seth Green makes a sliding play but doesn't get a hold of it. This one rolls to the wall. Flowers is going to score all the way from first base, and Hutch Russell has an RBI double. The Larks keep the game alive with Russell's 3rd hit of the game and 2nd RBI. And the Larks fans will probably be able to get some last-minute discounted drinks. Russell is tonight's 8th Street Liquor beverage batter, and that was his 3rd hit of the night, going along with the one that he had, a single that he had in the 1st inning, and then a double in the 3rd. Now he faces Dylan LaRue. Whipple has gotten his 2 outs, both of them being strikeouts on 2-2 counts. He's having a meeting with his catcher, number 38, Cade Adams. And Seth Green was the one that ran after that last play. I don't think I noted that there was a change in the field for Liberal because of the injury to Noah Giovanelli, who is playing at first base. They moved Josiah Rojas over to first and bring in Seth Green to play in left field. So here's the four-hole batter, Dylan LaRue. He's had Hutch Russell at second before already. And the first pitch bounces, and that hit Dylan LaRue on the foot, so he's going to go to first base. So that'll be 2 runners on for Sean Keenan with 2 outs. Trying to keep the game alive. Only a 1 out. There's no margin for error now with 2 outs. We'll see what Sean Keenan does. He's had 2 flyouts as well as a ground out to the second baseman. Here's the pitch. And he leaves that low and inside, but it finds the zone for a strike. Keenan's ready for the pitch. Whipple looks back at second base. And here comes the 0-1. It's a pop-up into the shallow part of the outfield. And making the catch is the shortstop, Drew Gartman. And that will end the game. Liberal is able to use a strong 6th inning and defeat the Larks by a final score of 10-6 in the first game between these two teams in league play. We will be back in just a moment for our post-game show coverage here on the Larks Network. Liberal secures their 15th win of the season as they defeat the Larks 10-6 in the second game of this three-game series. Welcome back to Larks Park, everybody, for the post-game show. My name is Hank Corsair, and the Larks jumped out to the early lead, 2-0 through the first 3 innings. Liberal took their first lead in the top of the fourth. They scored 3 runs off of 4 hits, and the Larks would respond with 2 runs of their own. And through the 4th through the 6th inning, that's where all 10 of Liberal's runs came from, which included a 6-run 6th inning that would pretty much decide it from that point on. The Larks only had 1 run, or 2 runs after that, a solo home run from Tabor Stokes in the 7th inning, and then Max Flowers being brought home on the RBI double from Hutch Russell in the last inning. So Liberal now improves to 15-8-1 on the year, 12-6 in RMBL play, and for the Larks, they now drop to 20-3 and 14-3 in RMBL play. And this one had a lot at stake. It's a battle of the two teams at the top of the RMBL standings. The Larks trying to secure the spot of trying to secure the RMBL championship and get an automatic bid to the NBC World Series, which is just a little over 2 weeks away. Liberal trying to make a strong push to maybe get some luck on their side and win the title, but also be in contention for an at-large bid in Wichita. So it's going to be a big game tomorrow night. The third game of this series is scheduled for a 7 p.m. first pitch, and both teams will be going for the win in this series. Tonight was Liberal's just Liberal's second win at Larks Park in the last 3 seasons, and third in the last 3, and third overall as well. But we'll see how things go tomorrow night. Like I said, tomorrow's game is scheduled for a 7 p.m. first pitch, and we will have it here on the Larks Network. We thank you all for tuning in to tonight's game, and we will see you tomorrow night.